Starting with TechPoint has been an exciting ride. It's been an exciting journey through the years. I have always been a writer all my life, but TechPoint was my major introduction to structured journalism in the way we know it, right, with the whole ethics and whatnot. Staying abreast of tech news has become easier, right? Very much easier. For me, I set up Google Alerts. So basically what they are like search parameters that send alerts to your inbox. So I say, oh, I want to know when there's news breaking on technology, startup, cars, anything, right? And immediately news breaks on that topic, it sends it right to my inbox. Very exciting stuff. Google in itself, Google search in itself is one of the greatest universities that is available, and the limits of what we can know or do with it is how far our imaginations can go. And over the years, this has been like my greatest tutor, because some of these tools we use, some of these things you have to learn because they are in demand, they are really expensive and sometimes hard to get even when you have the money to pay for them. So that means that I have had to search for resources online and educate myself to a very large extent, but yeah. So at TechPoint, basically, we tell stories about startups, innovations, small businesses, technology in Africa, right? And this means that the level of impact I'm able to make is just as much as I can imagine, right? As far as my mind can go, is the impact I can make, right? And so innovation in itself, technology in itself is a life changer, right? And the more you're able to touch people's life in this respect, in this regard, the more you're able to change lives, right? Touch lives, right? And makes it really easy for me, actually, right? What we do at TechPoint.
And that was Victor Ekwalo, who has definitely filled his hustle using the Google app. Hello, Victor. How are you?
Hey, fine, thank you. Thanks for having me. Thank you.
How do you feel?
Great.
Fantastic. So recently we've had this very sudden boom in the tech industry. What's the reason for such a huge boom in the tech industry recently?
So technology has gone mainstream to a very large extent. Everybody is, people normally say, oh, I'm not a tech person, I'm not a techie, but truth is, in one way or the other, technology is making your life easier, right? So technology is mainstream, and that means that everybody is on the technology train.
So you're the senior editor of TechPoint Africa,
yes,
a digital media company.
Yes.
So how was it? What was it like starting at TechPoint?
It's been great. It's great. I mean, it's a great experience. So TechPoint basically is a media company. Like, we tell stories of startups, of technology in Africa, and that means like documenting the impact of technology in Africa, which is immense, right? Like I said, like these days, technology has gone mainstream. There is a lot of things to talk about. There's a lot of education to do. There's a lot of enlightenment. You know, there's a lot of things to discover. It's pretty exciting.
When you say mainstream, what exactly do you mean?
So when I mean mainstream, I mean that everybody now has access to technology to a very large extent, right? So there is a spectrum from your smartphone usage to the people that write code, like programs that run computers, right? But everybody is plugged into technology at one point or the other.
Okay, fantastic. So how do you stay updated on tech issues?
Basically, I search online, right? I use Google search, and that's the easiest way to find things online. You just type it, what you're looking for, like, oh, this is what I want to see. Even if you're not sure what you're looking for, you search how to search, right? That's a very valid thing, but yeah, that's the easiest thing.
Okay, fantastic. How important was the Google app in terms of developing you as a multimedia journalist?
Very, very important, right? I cannot say enough how important it was in my journey as a multimedia journalist. Because the truth is, in the 21st century, there's a lot of innovations in the media, a lot of things to learn, a lot of explorations, deep dives, right? And the only way to stay abreast of this is to keep learning, right? Keep learning. And to be fair, there is no school that will allow you that kind of curriculum and still give you free time to practice, to work. And that's what the Google app has done for me over the years. Google search, being able to find things, learn free courses, search things, even on a moment's notice. Yeah, it's been tremendous, the impact.
Fantastic. You're so experienced in the tech industry, so I don't know if you have tips on how to start a blog.
Starting a blog is, tips. First of all, I assume you have the topic you want to discuss or you want to blog about eventually, right? And then you decide on the platform that you want to use. And it's as easy as that, right? Like, get your topic, then get your platform, and just go ahead. So when you take it a step further, you talk about having expertise on this platform, right? Knowing how this platform works, how to tweak things, how to make things work, But basically, that's just the idea.
Fantastic, fantastic. Now, there are lots of people that would definitely jump on starting a blog, but most times I've had friends that tell me that, it's not really easy keeping up with the blog, and sometimes you find so many people doing the same thing. So how do you niche?
The media, generally, the media industry has become very saturated. There's a lot of information out there. There are a lot of stories. I mean, everybody, like you said, everybody's saying the same thing, right? I feel like the most important thing is figuring out your value proposition, right? As a journalist, there are stories. There are different. A story has been told before, right? What angle are you bringing the story in from, right? Your blog is about food. What specifically about food are you talking about? What do you know best about food, right? So I feel like what will set you apart in blogging, in the media, in storytelling is figuring out your unique value proposition, right? Figuring out that thing that sets you apart and putting it out there.
Okay. Well, in particular reference to a particular blog, there's a certain blog that, uses a lot of sarcasm with their captions and all of it. And personally, I thought that's the reason, or I think that is the reason why a lot of people are actually attracted to that particular blog. But there's this conversation about not verifying your news before you post it.
Okay.
And I think the whole world is battling with fake news.
Fake news, yeah.
So these blogs are one of the major platforms where people might want to use their personal blogs to spread fake news. What do you have to say about that?
So the problem of fake news has been around, funny enough, like for the longest time, right? And the internet just brought it back to a very large extent. And it's become very easy to spread fake news, as easy as a WhatsApp broadcast. Something happened very recently where a story that was not very true was carried by a lot of major platforms in Nigeria without verification. And news moves very fast in the internet age. And this means that there is not enough time for verification, right? But verification is still very, very important, right? And I think that in the world that we're in, that there is just always going to be that battle between not enough time to verify news and wanting to break the news, right? But at the end of the day, I feel like the need to verify the news still trumps whatever is going to pump, like in terms of wanting to break the news immediately, right? Okay. So verification is very important.
Fantastic, fantastic. Okay, finally, I just want you to reiterate on how exactly the Google app has actually helped you in your development and also in running your company, your platform.
Okay. The Google app has helped immensely, right? It's been like a university that is ever changing, that is able to, change that. So, like I said, curriculums are very rigid. You learn something and it's the same year in, year out, right? You need to refresh, you need refresher courses. You need to know things, you need to be out there. You need to be with the trend to be able to, as a multimedia journalist for me, right? You need to learn the techniques and every new thing that's happening, right? And what better way to stay abreast than Google search, right? Finding things on the internet, which, Google search is like the go-to means to do that. So, yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you so very much.
Thank you for having me.
Victor, it's been an amazing time with you.
Thank
you. Of course, if you're out there, you have a career or you have a business that you want to embark in, just know that Google can help you fill your hustle. Google can help you fill your hustle. My name is Hero Daniels. It has been an amazing time on the show. And until I catch you next week, it's bye from me.
Come on, come on, come on.